Welcome to the Athletes Unlimited Softball League presented by Mizuno. Tonight, the Bandits look to complete their first 4-game sweep of the season and keep their first place hopes alive in the series finale against the Volts from Round Rock, Texas. The Bandits have already clinched a spot in the AUSL Championship, which begins, by the way, next Saturday in Tuscaloosa. But they still have a shot at locking up first place. To do that, they would have to win their final 3 games while also having the Talons drop their final 2. Alongside Amanda Scarborough, I'm Alex Loeb. And Amanda, it's been a highly entertaining series so far. A couple of nail-biters, 2 one-run games. We're getting ready for the finale, hoping this is the best one yet.
Yeah, we've had thousands of fans show up for these really close games. I mean, 2 of the 3 games that we've had already in this series have ended in one-run fashion. And the Volts have had the lead in both of those games. But ultimately, the Bandits offense has been able to flex and show off as they have for this entire season. On Thursday, it was a 3-run home run hit by Skylar Wallace that gave them the lead and ultimately gave them the win with that 3-run bomb. That Bandits have been the best home run hitting team in the league. And that carried into Friday, where they had a 5-run big inning that started off the inning with back-to-back home runs by Danielle Gibson Horton and Bubba Nichols Camarena. They went back-to-back to start off that 5-run inning, and they did not look back in a big 9-2 win. So that first game was a 1-run game, a big blowout offensively on Friday night, and then Saturday, another 1-run game against Sam Landry and the Volts. Danielle Gibson Horton, her 2 RBI single ended up giving the Bandits the lead and taking Sam Landry out of the game as she pitched an absolute gem. But the Bandits offense had a 4-run inning that ultimately gave them the 4-3 win. Danielle Gibson Horton has been one of the impact players offensively for the Bandits. A couple of big swings in Game 2 and Game 3, a couple of extra base hits, and 5 RBIs. And
the record crowds here this weekend, they've loved all the offense we've seen so far. As far as the offense for the Volts, their starting lineup, led by Amanda Lorenz leading off, and Danica Coffey in the 3 spot. She's gotten hit in 4 of her last 6 games coming into tonight. The Volts will be going up against the rookie Emily Kennedy out of Texas A&M, still looking for her first win here at the professional level. And we are underway here from Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Emily Kennedy, 0-1 on the season so far, coming out of the Woodlands, facing Amanda Lorenz to lead things off.
Now we've had a different starter for the Bandits in each of the games of this 4-game set. We had Odyssey Alexander start Game 1, Sarah Willis start Game 2, and then Taylor McMillan start in Game 3. And now a different look with Emily Kennedy, who we've seen in relief.
And it'll start off with a base knock by Lorenz.
Emily Kennedy will come from the left-hand side, and the pitch that she'll use the most is going to be her rise ball. Throw it almost 50% of the time, followed by her drop ball. We'll mix in a more effective changeup that she's been throwing as a pro than what she did at Texas A&M, and we'll mix in that curve a bit too. And Amanda Lorenz, these past few weeks, has seen the ball well off of Emily Kennedy in her rookie season. Got some good swings off of her already.
Corners playing in for Sierra Briggs, who's just been on fire as of late. Hitting a walk last night, 3 for 4 on Friday, and has a hit 6 of her last 7. Not too bad for Briggs, as that one goes foul. For Kennedy, we saw the ERA over 5, but those numbers a bit deceiving here at this level where the hitters are so talented.
Yeah, they're really good, and I feel like Emily Kennedy has had some really great shutdown innings, and then she's had some innings where she's given up several runs. So it's been a little up and down, as you would expect from a rookie, against hitters like this too. It was just a bit of a learning curve, and innings like that, games like that, and every experience that you have up to this point is just making you better for the next time that you pitch. So I'm sure she's excited to start a game. This is only her 4th start of the season.
in front of friends and family here in her home state. There's a big swing and a miss. And strikeout number 1 on the night for Kennedy.
It's that rise ball that we mentioned she likes to go to about 50% of the time, and she wants these Volts hitters to chase this pitch out of the zone. Tiare Briggs keeps her feet still, chases that rise ball out of the zone to give Emily Kennedy her first strikeout.
Here is Danica Coffey. He's reached 4 times in this series. Takes strike 1, went 1 for 2 last night. And one of the best hitters in LSU history. And finished her storied career there. Top 5 all-time in batting average and on-base percentage. Coffey pokes one to left field. That'll drop in, and the Volts with 2 on early.
That was just great barrel control by Danica Coffey to go up and get that pitch. She just continues to impress in her rookie season as well. Saw her teammate Tiare Briggs strike out on a rise ball, so she goes to her slap. Great barrel control to get her barrel on top of that pitch to create more of a line drive to the left side. Great piece of hitting by Coffey.
So 2 aboard for Tiare Jennings, who hadn't played in about a week until she made a pinch hit appearance last night and came through with an RBI double and has earned herself a spot back in the starting lineup tonight. She sends one to right field. That one's going to find its way in front of the right fielder. Dayton, the throw home, not in time, and the Volts are on the board. So for the 3rd time now in these 4 games, the Volts have themselves a lead.
Just another great piece of hitting by Tiare Jennings on a changeup. Look at her just control her barrel and the speed of the barrel. Slow it down just a little bit because the fact that it was a changeup, so it was a slower pitch and just able to take it the other way. A big hole out there in right field. That ball had eyes.
Dangerous hitter in Deja Mulipola, who went yard last night. She takes strike 1. Runners on the corners, Lorenz, Coffey, and Jennings with singles to start things off for the Volts.
Mulipola has hit well against the Bandits this season. 4 for 9 with a home run, couple of strikeouts. Not a particularly high batting average for Mulipola on the season. Just batting .200, but has had success against the Bandits.
Volts led 3-0 at one point last night, where the Bandits rallied late in that one. Volts getting a terrific performance in the Zerkle from Sam Landry. Suffered the tough luck loss. Trying to end the weekend with at least 1 victory. They have grabbed the early lead here in the first. 2-2 on the way to Mulipola, and we go full. For Emily Kennedy, we saw the way Texas A&M season came to an end. But for her, the good thing, at least not too much time to dwell on that, think about it. Went right to the pros and now comes up with strikeout number 2 here in the first.
I feel like this inning is just kind of sums up Emily Kennedy in her season. Look at how a couple of outs that she's had in this inning, or strikeouts on the rise ball, her most used pitch. That was a great pitch to Mulipola, got her to chase that pitch, but it was right there on the edge of the zone where Mulipola had to swing at it to protect with 2 strikes.
2 away for Sierra Romero, who went 0 for 3 last night. Romero with 2 on. She's been outstanding with 3 on throughout her career. Going back to her time at Michigan, she had 11 grand slams, the NCAA's all-time leader in that category. For perspective, Major League Baseball, the average amount of home runs that are grand slams, about 2.5% of homers are grand slams. For Romero, it was 13% of her home runs that were grannies.
When you talk to her, she just has this way of just trying to keep the game very simple. Offensively, just collectively, team culture and feel-wise, just simplicity. And I think I can't help but relate those two things to just not letting the moment get too big with runners in scoring position or with the bases loaded. Just a player who has a clear mind and tries to keep things simple, even in the biggest moments.
Hitters count here. And now the bases will be loaded for the Volts. Here comes Jesse Warren with a chance to do some damage. Right here, runners all around for the Volts. 2 away for Warren. Saw her make a fantastic defensive play at third last night. Trying to come through at the plate here.
That's such a big moment already in this game for Emily Kennedy. Bases loaded, have a chance. You're just one pitch away from getting out of this inning with having only given up 1 run. And for the Volts, you're 1 pitch away from busting this game open already early in the count. Or excuse me, early in the game.
Now Kennedy ahead, 1-2. Warren 2 for 4 on the year with the bases loaded. As you said, a big moment already in this one. They want to build up as much of a lead as possible, considering the Bandits have rallied twice from deficit so far in the series.
You know the Bandits offense can score a lot of runs quickly, so want to capitalize on these moments when you have multiple runners on base and a chance to get on the board against them. Come through.
5th time scoring in the first inning so far this year for the Volts. That one misses.
It's a great pitch and an even better take by Jesse Warren. Screwball in the outside corner, right at the knee, just a little bit too far off the plate, but that pitch was exactly where she wanted it. Just a great take.
Over to short, toss to second. Wallace gets it done, but the Volts strike first, courtesy of Tiare. Jennings RBI single. We'll see how the Bandits respond next. Bandits offense, highest scoring in the league, coming up to bat. Zerkle, Wallace, and Coffey leading things up. For this potent squad, Skylar Wallace, 8 of her last 15, 8 RBIs during that stretch, couple of home runs, not too bad in the number 2 spot for the former Florida Gator. Getting the start in the circle, meanwhile, for the Volts will be the veteran Rachel Garcia. They call her the rock of this Volts program. She will start the finale tonight and have a 1-run lead already in her favor as she takes the circle.
That's her 2nd start of the series and her 3rd appearance of the series. She started game 1 and came in relief last night of Sam Landry through an inning. She's had a really strong year. They relied on her a lot. I mean, look at the fact that she's thrown over 50 innings this season due to the fact that they start her a lot and also like to bring her into relief because she's just a rock in the circle. Mindset, has some of the best stuff in the league, one of the best pitchers in the league.
I mean, she's thrown nearly half the number of complete games we've seen from the entire league. There have been 8 complete games in the AUSL this year. She's thrown 3 of those. We'll see how she fares today against Morgan, Zerkle, and company. Zerkle came within a foot or 2 of launching a grand slam last night. Ended up with a sac fly, run driven in, and that come from behind win. And that one hit the end of the bat.
Yeah, right into the knob.
A wake-up call early on from Garcia.
Well, the Bandits lefties have had a lot of success against the Volts pitching.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, the lefties are hitting .464. And the righties, 097. Just 3 hits for the right-handed hitters in the Bandits lineup.
I mean, that is just an astronomical difference as Zerkle takes one to left center, and it will drop in between Lorenz and Briggs. Lorenz almost got there, but a tad too late.
Rachel Garcia, her most used pitch is going to be her curveball. My favorite pitch of hers is her drop ball that serves as an off-speed pitch that she will work in there. And the pitch that she throws the hardest is the high heat, the rise ball. Uses it the second most, but that rise ball and drop ball combination are deadly for these hitters.
Oh my, this one just mashed by Wallace. A 2-run blast by Skylar Wallace. I mean, the right fielder, Coffey, her reaction said it all. She barely moved. She just turned around, looked up. Everybody knew it was gone.
Well, the Bandits do such a good job of answering back. This is a curveball that just does not get in enough and moves right into the swing path of Skylar Wallace, who is looking for something firm early in the count. She gets 68, trying to move in, doesn't move in enough, and she gets her barrel there. Skylar Wallace, in her last 4 games, now has 10 of her 18 RBIs. A 2-run shot. Now, so that will go down as a ball out of the hand of Rachel Garcia. If you have ever pitched in a game before as a softball pitcher, that is not completely unique and like it's never happened before. Trust me, it happens all the time.
Take your word for it.
But it's still embarrassing nonetheless.
Well,
it does happen.
Extremely hot and humid out here once again for tonight's contest. And now, I mean, how tough is this to digest for these Volts pitchers, knowing this is now 3 different games during the series that team has been unable, and again, it's early, to hold on to a lead.
Absolutely. And think about the turnaround of the fact that the Volts had the bases loaded with an opportunity to score more. Gets out of the inning, so that's frustrating, but momentum right back to the Bandits. And then Morgan Zerkle, their fearless leader, leads off to answer right back with a single, then boom. First pitch swing by Skylar Wallace.
Well, Skylar Wallace, hey, you got the hat on and everything. Congratulations. How did that one feel?
It felt pretty dang good. I've been trying to get on time during BP and just get my swing off, so just leaned into that a little bit, and it played out pretty nice.
Skylar, what's it like to hit off of Rachel Garcia? As I know that you guys have to deal with that nasty off-speed drop ball that she'll mix in there too.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel just is a pitcher of so many tools, so many weapons, can kind of set you up on different pitches. For me personally, as a hitter, facing someone who, you know, has a good drop, has a curve, has a backdoor, sometimes a screwball if she's feeling fancy, rise ball, off speed. I just try to keep a ball in the zone and really worry about what I can control, which is my timing, how I'm approaching a pitch, and not let anything get too wild because she's, like I said, an outstanding pitcher. So.
We know you got a full day ahead of you, so we won't keep you too long. But you do have the championship coming up in a week. You've already locked up a spot in that. How's the team feeling right now? What's the mindset?
I mean, yeah, it's nice to know that we clinched that, and we're going to be in Tuscaloosa getting a little rowdy out there. But right now we're focusing on these games and the next 2 games of the regular season. And as we have clinched that, we are kind of focusing on how we can be better, where we're communicating better, making better pitches, swinging at better pitches, just overall focusing on us. I don't want to say like practice, but just being a little bit more intentional than I guess you typically would be, just because we're playing loose and free. Like, we have nothing to prove, nothing to lose at this point. So just playing bandit ball.
All right, appreciate it, Skylar.
Yep, go Bandits.
Skylar Wallace with the big bat moments ago, 2-run blast. And she mentioned a couple more games Tuesday and Wednesday to finish off the regular season. And again, they're still fighting for that first place title heading into the championship. There's a swing and a miss. The championship will begin Saturday in Tuscaloosa on ESPN.
Talons Volts will play in Tuscaloosa, and Bandits Blaze will play in Rosemont. So a couple of 2-game series that'll be going on.
Full count coming up, meanwhile, to Danielle Gibson-Wharton. That one into foul territory. Oh, Warren nearly made a spectacular grab. She has been rock solid over at third base all weekend long. Nearly had another web gem there.
Great effort by her. Got there just at the tip of her glove. So close. And we've seen her make plays like that. She expects to make plays like that.
Gibson-Wharton with another opportunity.
It's a great at-bat by her, fouling off some pitches.
We mentioned the AUSL Championship best of 3 beginning Saturday the 26th on ESPN. Game number 2 the next day, Sunday the 27th. Also on ESPN, Talons Bandits. Any early predictions on that one, or you have to remain impartial?
Well, the interesting thing about that series is that neither team has won 2 games in a row. So it's just gone back and forth. And so technically when you just go off of the trend, I believe it's the Bandits' turn, I put that in air quotes, to win. So if the trend keeps going, they'd win game 1 and game 3. But you just never know. It's going to be a lot of fun in that first championship. That's 2 of 3 series. Great games between the Bandits and the Talons, and both of them trying to secure that first place spot to be able to get the home field advantage. So whoever wins first place in the regular season will have home field advantage for game 1 and game 3 in Tuscaloosa if we play that game 3.
And Garcia calls time out the circle. Nice little battle going on between Rachel Garcia and Danielle Gibson-Wharton right now. Handled by Romero. So Garcia rebounding after giving up a couple of hits early on. Gets the strikeout of Coffey. Gibson-Wharton lines out there, and Delaney Wiz coming up with 2 away.
And 4 straight foul balls by Danielle Gibson-Wharton in that at bat.
Wiz reached 3 times last night, including a couple of walks. He's got 14 walks in 21 games. Already had 1-0 here.
And 8 of her walks this season have come against the Volts, so large percentage of them. Again, it's just such an interesting stat that these right-handed hitters have not hit well against the Volts pitching this series. So coming to the game, 0.97 for the righties.
Garcia, the team leader in wins in the Zerkle, 4th overall pick in the inaugural draft this year. Wiz gets a hold of one to deep right field, but it will die down short of the fence. Coffey is there, but it's the Bandits responding here in the bottom half.
Skylar Wallace had a big home run in game 1 on Thursday, a 3-run shot, and then in the first pitch of this at bat, first AB of the game, a 2-run shot off of Rachel Garcia.
What a weekend we have seen here in Round Rock. The tremendous series here between the Bandits and the Volts. The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is sponsored by Mizuno. Smiles all around, electricity in the air. What a showcase this has been here in Central Texas. Another good crowd on hand for the series finale.
We were talking about this earlier in the series, but because we are in Central Texas, we're, 3 hours away from Dallas, 3 hours away from Houston, an hour and a half away from San Antonio, and we're right here in Austin, so really close to all the metro areas in Texas.
And staying hydrated there, as you saw, everybody.
Gotta stay hydrated. It is warm in July, although I feel, you live here too. I feel like it's not like the
this is a cool July
you've ever had.
Even though it's in the 90s.
Yes.
Michaela, Edenfield getting the start, lifting this one well into foul territory. Edenfield, the former four-time All-ACC player at FSU. A few new starters in the lineup. Oh, you got the diapers out even. You got to make sure everybody's taken care of.
A lot going on when you come out to the ballpark.
There is a lot going on today. Edenfield reaches for that one. So Edenfield and Jennings getting the start tonight. A few changes in the lineup against Emily Kennedy. What did you make of that first inning from Kennedy? We saw a little bit of everything.
I thought her rise ball was getting some good swings and misses on it. And she made a pitch when she needed to. Bases loaded, got Jesse Warren to ground out. That was a huge moment already in this game. And she's going to be be a little bit more efficient in this inning. Not throw as many pitches, go right at these hitters, and not let as many hitters reach.
Edenfield just getting a piece of that one. Kennedy coming off that tremendous career in College Station. Last year was the first Aggies left-hander in 41 years to be named an All-American. Gets a strikeout there. She's already got 3 strikeouts, 3 of the first 8 batters she's faced.
Well, and Alex, they went to that changeup multiple times against Michaela Edenfield, and it worked just about every time. This one was a little bit more up in the zone, got the swing and miss, because it was more up in the zone, Edenfield thought it was going to be a little bit firmer, 68, 67 on the outside corner, but that's that changeup that has, again, she throws it here, but that's that changeup that has really developed in the past few weeks, a pitch that was not one of her best pitches when she was at A&M, more of a pitch that they worked just to get in there to show it, not to necessarily use it for swings and misses. Most of her strikeout pitches are going to come a little bit more up in the zone because she will lean on that rise ball. So that red area in that heat map that you just saw, that red portion is where she has her majority of her strikeouts.
1-1 to Mia Scott. You heard the roar from the crowd a moment ago when Scott was introduced. So you have a hometown favorite, and then you also have the storyline of former Longhorn facing former Aggie right now, Scott against Kennedy. And it's a 3-1 count to Mia Scott.
Oh, we talked about it before when these two matched up, but you just think back to that Super Regional in 2024 between Texas A&M and Texas. It was just an all-time classic the moment that it ended.
And Scott gets the best of this matchup. Free pass with one away.
She's been so patient this series.
Just a natural hitter, just an extremely gifted hitter taking first base now. So that is one time through the order complete for the Volts against Kennedy. And we go back up to the top with Amanda Lorenz. Lorenz led off the night with a single. And there's hit number 2 for Lorenz. Again, the Volts with multiple base runners on against Kennedy.
I just feel like Amanda Lorenz has Emily Kennedy's number. You can just tell she is so confident hitting against her. Even with the lefty-on-lefty matchup, she just doesn't really get fooled at all by her. She's consistently on time with her firmer stuff, whether it's inside or outside. She can go with the pitch. I mean, Amanda Lorenz sees the ball very well off of Kennedy.
For Kennedy, couple of walks, 4 hits allowed. Still has the lead, but the Volts threatening. Sierra Briggs. She takes strike 1. Briggs, a strikeout victim in the first inning, but as we mentioned earlier, has been on fire as of late.
She has the most RBIs out of any Volt hitter in this series. 3 RBIs, highest batting average this series. It's been hot.
Hit in 6 of her last 7. Lorenz over at first. Scott on at second. 0-2 on the way. And Briggs doesn't chase.
That's a good adjustment by her. Remember, that's a pitch that she struck out on in her first at bat, that rise ball. So good active take there to see that pitch up in the zone and take it to get to this pitch.
Briggs showing a lot of patience there, working the count full. Kennedy will walk the bases loaded, and she's getting closer and closer to 50 pitches already.
It's a great at bat though by Sierra Briggs. There were 2 pitches in there that Emily Kennedy wanted for a strike with 2 strikes that you get the call. Easily could have been a strikeout, but good holds by Briggs on both a changeup and a curveball to take the walk.
You can see the disappointment there on the face of Kennedy, but ready to regroup. A big opportunity for the Volts. Bases loaded for Danica Coffey, who singled in the first.
Yeah, and important for Emily Kennedy to go right at these hitters to work from ahead. So that last count to Briggs was Emily Kennedy's 4th 3-ball count, and 3 of 4 of those 3-ball counts have reached base.
And now falls behind 2-0 to Coffey, who has reached 5 times so far in the series. It's a tough spot for Emily Kennedy. Can't afford to make a mistake to a hitter like this.
Yeah,
they corrected the count. There you go.
You gotta hold out for the strike call with our guy Lyndon Baptiste back there. It's a little bit of a delayed strike call, so you do have to hold on.
Kennedy has to hurry. The toss over to first, and she threw it away. At least 2 runs will score. Here comes a third. The throw home off target. And how about this? Danica Coffey will come home to score as well. Unbelievable.
Talk about a major turn of events here, because Emily Kennedy made a great pitch off the end of the bat, but just perfectly in no man's land down the first base line. And then she made the mistake of making a bad situation worse by side throwing that throw out to right field. And then after she did that, she didn't back up the catcher. And because we're on a baseball field transformed into softball dimensions, behind home plate is really deep. And so as a pitcher, after you make that error, it is your job to go back up home plate in the event that something like that might happen. So she was just a spectator, basically, between home plate and first base, watching that play unfold, and nobody was there to back up home. And Danica Coffey, with her speed, able to come all the way around.
So Coffey reached on a throwing error and then advanced on another error as well. 4-run score there, and that 2-1 Bandits lead has evaporated.
So that actually won't even...
Tiare Jennings gets into 1, and the Volts make it a 6-2 ball game. They are feeling it right now. Have yourself a weekend. Tiare Jennings coming off the bench last night, pinch hit, run scoring double, and so far tonight Home run and a run-scoring single.
Yeah, that pitch just went right back over the heart of the plate, and Tiare Jennings is looking to hit early in the count, something firm, and she gets it. M Iakopo was set up on the outside corner, and that pitch bled right back into the swing of Tiare Jennings for another Volts run. Man, this game is just moving quickly with the errors and the runs scored and the back and forth with this scoring. Just did not miss to right center field against Kennedy.
By the way, the inning started off well enough for Kennedy with a strikeout. It's been tough ever since as Michaela retired. 2 away. So again, the Volts jumped in front 1-0. The Bandits responded by grabbing a 2-1 lead. The Volts have come right back against Kennedy. And here comes Romero, who walked in the first. All smiles right now in that dugout. Romero right into the glove of Wallace. And for Kennedy and company, the inning mercifully comes to an end. Well, the Volts taking advantage of a few miscues on defense and going yard as well. Tiare Jennings with the big bash to make it a 6-2 lead.
This is McKinney's home field. Was for 5 years as a college player at Wichita State.
She is truly a Wichita State celebrity when you're around here.
Sydney McKinney, one of the greats to ever play in these parts. Just a legend here in Wichita.
She became the face of Shocker softball, and so many little girls wanted to be like her. It was awesome.
Seeing the community show up here and seeing the little girls that watch our games is a huge factor into why I still love the game.
And remember, these athletes aren't just returning to play. They're coming home to where it all began. Get an exclusive look at what it meant for Sydney McKinney to return to her alma mater as a pro. You can watch the full episode now on the AUSL YouTube channel or MLB.com/AUSL.
Yeah, Coach Brett Benner, the head coach at Wichita State, is somebody that Sydney McKinney says has made a huge difference in her life. And she told us that she was lost when she transferred to Wichita State and that she helped her find herself as a person and as a player, is one of her biggest fans throughout her career, and was to look to her for advice. And one of her proudest moments and proudest accomplishments was getting drafted out of college from Wichita State.
Great story, and it has continued here at the pro level. She's been one of the best hitters in the league, and there is another hit for Sydney McKinney.
And against the Volts this season, Sydney McKinney has led her team in batting average against the Volts, hitting almost 500 against them, with an on-base percentage of just about the same. Michaela Edenfield moving to the base instead of to the ball, and then just a slow developing play with the speed of Sydney McKinney is going to help her get down the line. A lot of offense and kind of weird plays already in this game, Alex, and we're just in the bottom of the second inning.
8 runs total, 8 hits. And again, moments ago in that last half of the inning, we saw a 4-run score on one play without a hit being involved there. A little bit of everything so far. Here comes Bubba Nichols Camarena with McKinney over there at first. Again, this is the highest scoring offense in the AUSL, and they will have their work cut out for them tonight, trailing by 4.
How about Sydney McKinney leading off an inning, now 10 for 15 this season. That is a cool .688 batting average. Offensively, just having a terrific year, finding all different ways to get on base, and has a little bit of pop too.
2-0 taken into foul territory. Edenfield is there and unable to hang on.
Does not play first base very often at all. Oftentimes you see her catching back behind the plate for the Volts, and first base is a position that we've seen her at as of late, but just not a lot of experience there, and one that she absolutely should have, really regardless if she has the experience there. But just a reminder, she's not played there a lot.
That's a good point. New life for Nichols Camarena. Taking the 2-1 to right field, right at Coffey. So Garcia gave up a single and a 2-run homer to the first 2 batters in the game. Since then, she settled down. Just a single given up there moments ago to McKinney, and that is all since then. And she will now face former Texas Longhorn M Iakopo getting the start today for the Bandits behind the dish. There's strike one.
Everybody looks at Rachel Garcia and remembers one of the all-time greats, maybe the GOAT, Lisa Fernandez, who was an Olympian, played at UCLA, just like Rachel Garcia, also a pitcher hitter, just like Garcia. It's like the baby GOAT when she was in the Zerkle. And actually somebody, when Rachel Garcia was asked, who do you model your game after and why, she said Lisa Fernandez. The way that she carries herself on and off the field. One of the mentors and coaches that has made a difference in her life is Lisa Fernandez.
Pretty good model there for Garcia. 0-2. Garcia checked second for a moment, then went to first and gets Iakopo. Two-way. McKinney now in scoring position for the Bandits with 2 outs. And Bella Dayton coming up to the plate in the 9th spot. The Volts pitching against lefties. See the numbers there, just a totally different story than against right-handers.
No. I haven't seen numbers that drastically different. I feel like in a very long time, especially when you're talking about the best offense in the league and those numbers being that split. But these lefties of Zerkle and Wallace and Gibson Horton and McKinney and Dayton finding different ways to get on base.
Let's see what Dayton does here, the 1-0. Bella Dayton was locked in a little cat and mouse game with the third baseman Jesse Warren last night, as Warren playing in for the bunt. Dayton responded, nearly beat it out, and Warren had to make a tremendous sliding play to register the out. 1-2 now to Dayton. Texas fans here, seeing a few former Longhorns, Aggies fans as well in the house. Watching Emily Kennedy pitch. Here's the 1-2 to Bella Dayton. Count even up.
The burnt orange really sticks out against the like deep green seats.
Yeah, more
purple,
burnt orange than Aggie maroon and white.
There has been a little bit of maroon, but I definitely think being here in Austin, more burnt orange.
Not counting you. Dayton over to second. Romero is there. So the Bandits get a leadoff single, and that is all. It's a 6-2 Volts lead after 2. We head to the 3rd inning, the Volts with a 6-2 lead, and the Bandits, meanwhile, will send a new pitcher out there in the Zerkle as Odyssey Alexander will replace Emily Kennedy. And the person she will be throwing to now joins us on the headset. M Iakopo in a moment will be with us as Alexander warmed up there. We saw Emily Kennedy. We saw a little bit of everything there, Amanda. Now it's Alexander's turn to replace her.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Odyssey because she got the start in Game 1 on Thursday, and so she should be rested. We have not seen her since, and she threw well and has been throwing well this season.
Face Warren, Edenfield, and Scott. Now M Iakopo joins us. Mary, how does it feel to be back in Texas, playing in front of so many Longhorns fans who watched you about 30 minutes south of here?
You know, it's kind of surreal making it down here after 4 years. I didn't think I'd be playing this long. It's almost like waiting for the World Series after so long. You don't get to go every year, but it's really fun when you do.
Jesse Warren at the plate, facing Alexander.
Jesse.
That was scooped up by Wallace. Mary, what did you make of the massive crowds we have seen throughout this weekend? Last night we had a record-setting crowd, more than 6,500. What was it like being a part of that environment?
It was insane, honestly. It felt like my senior year at the World Series, except everybody wasn't yelling Boomer Sooner.
What was it? You mentioned the World Series. You were obviously a part of some huge matchups against the Sooners in the Champ Series. And then watching as a fan last year when your former team won it all, more stressful playing in that environment or watching?
Sorry,
yeah, you're busy. Yeah. Don't mind us.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. They didn't get me in the throat. Honestly, it was really fun, especially to watch Mia win it all. Her grand slam is probably the most memorable moment that I can remember.
I'm just sucking up to her because she's standing right next to you.
She can't even hear me.
I'm just joking.
Oh, you want to say hi? Hello. You got a hot mic on. Yeah.
She's usually pretty shy. I'm impressed you even got her to say hi. Hey, you're so interesting when you catch because you like to pop your glove, and you've always done that. Why did you start that, and why do you do it?
Honestly, in travel ball, Tony Rico and the Firecracker organization, it was a point of command to keep the pitcher locked in, and it kind of became a thing that I kept doing throughout the rest of my career.
Mary gets settled in. Here's Mia Scott getting a huge round of applause.
Mia's not going to swing.
You were right. Ball 1 to Scott. She walked in the last inning.
I think she swung the bat twice in this whole series.
That's what we were talking about, how patient she's been. You're right. She's smiling at you, too, by the way.
You got to talk a little snack.
That's right.
1-0 on the way from Alexander. Very good. Good patience from Scott.
How have you enjoyed playing in the Athletes Unlimited League, Mary?
Being my first year, I could not have asked for a better experience. I think my pro experience has gotten better as I've continued to play. So being 4 years in, I'm very appreciative that AU has grown the way it has, and I've been a part of this.
In your eyes, what's the biggest difference between the pro level and the collegiate game?
Everybody can hit.
We've seen that already. We have 8 runs scored. Here's Scott. Count. Evened up at 2-2.
I have one more follow-up about hitting a glove, Mary, because I even get asked questions about it from when you're catching and people watching on air. Does your hand ever hurt from hitting your glove?
Oh, no, never. Honestly, this leather is pretty broken down, so it doesn't hurt at all.
Does she swing here?
No. She might have heard you.
Scott stays alive.
Hey, in this outing for Odyssey, Mary, what can we expect from Odyssey? What have you noticed from catching her with her spin, speed, just what makes her unique?
I think she's very deceiving in terms of how hard she throws and how much her ball spins.
Coffey, oh.
Thank you, Stelly.
Well, there you go, is Edenfield out. Scott over at first.
Erica
Piancastelli
snuck in there while we're distracted watching Mary talk to Mia and try to distract her. There's all kinds of distractions going on. It's really impressive, too, that your ability to be able to call pitches and talk to us at the same time. So we appreciate what you're doing, Mary.
No, thanks for having me, guys. It's kind of fun. Get to talk to some things to Amanda.
Oh, you caught yourself.
You mean Amanda at bat, not the Amanda in the building.
Yes. I get to talk to Amanda Lorenz. Hey, guys.
Well done.
Amanda says hey.
1-0 on the way to Amanda.
Hi, babe.
Tossed to second. There you go. Mary, thank you so much again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
6-2 Volts as Mary Iakopo all smiles. Her team looking to rally here in the bottom of the third. You got some Aggies fans in the house. We've seen Emily Kennedy pitching earlier. Already both teams going to the pen as the Volts take their 4-run lead into the bottom of the third inning. And of course, you have the Longhorns as well. New pitcher taking over in the Zerkle, Peyton Gottshall. 4 runs in 3 2/3 couple of nights ago. And she will head in there with a nice 4-run cushion, taking over for Rachel Garcia.
And trying to keep this Bandits offense at bay and try to keep this lead. You got a 4-run lead against the Bandits, top of the order coming up. Let's give them a different look. We'll see if we see a different pitcher for each time through the order here, if that's going to be the way that the Volts play this to try to find a way to win this game with the 4-run lead already.
I feel like even in the college game more than ever this year, we were seeing that teams just using a different pitcher every inning, every 2 innings, more so than I can remember in recent years.
I just feel like it's a continued trend that we're going to continue to see at all different levels. I feel like even in the youth level, you're starting to see it a little bit more too.
Being a former ace, are we a fan of that?
I think you have to be a fan of it with how good the hitters are and technology and everything that goes along with that. I still would want to start the game or finish the game that I started for sure. So can't say I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever, because I know the competitor in me wants to be out there and not share time.
You're a team player, but...
Team player, we gotta do it, we gotta do it. Yeah, team first. But internally, you're like, oh, I want to be out there. But you know how good the hitters are, and it's the best for the team.
That's what Mary Iakopo was saying. The hitters at this level just unreal, including this one, Morgan Zerkle, who singled back in the first inning.
I think you definitely have to have Morgan Zerkle in the conversation about the hitter of the year in the AUSL this year.
You'll be having a vote in that conversation.
Yeah, a lot to think about, and definitely multiple players to consider, multiple players on this Bandits team too that are going to try to beat each other out for that award.
You have about, what, 12 hours to get that ballot in?
Oh, I think it's 24. Try to figure out the answers to the hardest tests that we're going to have all year.
As he said, Zerkle will certainly be a candidate, leading the league in home runs, second in RBIs, top 5 batting average, postseason awards to be handed out, hitter of the year, pitcher of the year, rookie of the year, defensive player, all defensive team, and the big one, MVP.
Yeah, MVP. Multiple options, I feel like, for every category, but yeah, we'll see.
I'm not going to put you on the spot.
Yeah, you can't, but even like rookie of the year, I feel like Anna Gold has had a tremendous year for the Blaze. She could even be considered for defensive player of the year.
Zerkle retired.
And even Raylan Chafin, rookie pitcher for the Talons, could be up as well, I feel like, for rookie of the year. Sarah Sacco, her teammate. Danica Coffey for the Volts has had a really strong year.
Talk about some of the best offensive players. It's the Volts who have put up 6 runs, but some of these Bandits hitters like Zerkle and Wallace, who's now due up. There you saw Coffey. A lot of talent on this field tonight. With the regular season winding down, as you said, you got to get the ballots in. Then 24 hours, you got the regular season wrapping up Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the championship getting underway. That is going to be a crazy atmosphere at Rhodes in Tuscaloosa beginning Saturday night. Saturday on ESPN.
We should have like a crowd of the year.
Oh my goodness.
Too, because everywhere we've been, there have just been awesome crowd after awesome crowd.
Grabbed by Warren. She's been a machine over there at third all weekend.
I mean, even in Sulphur, Louisiana, we had just about 4,000 people there, Alex. Just everywhere we've been, from Seattle to Sulphur to Norman to Round Rock, Texas. I mean, obviously, last night, you can't beat it. 6,500 fans here and an AUSL record.
I mean, you and I were getting goosebumps last night when this crowd, when a big moment happened, you could absolutely feel it.
It was intense. And it is the largest softball attendance at a pro game in Texas history.
Unreal numbers.
I will say, you were mentioning, you know, the maroon fans that are here and the burnt orange. I feel like green is missing for Baylor. Like, no Baylor fans are here. Not a lot of Baylor blood mixed into the league, but Baylor is...
How far is the drive?
Like an hour.
It's a little much. On a Sunday, we got plenty of other fans in the house. 1-2-3 inning from Gottshall. Still 6-2. What a weekend it has been here. The reigning national champions, the Texas Longhorns, honored, and the fans just filed in night after night. Enjoyed it. Got some Mia Scott fans in the house. It was packed for Sam Landry as well, former Oklahoma Sooner. There's Mia Scott. Standing room only in some places, jumping room. It has been nuts here in Round Rock at the Dell Diamond.
And we got to talk to Reed Ryan. He came into the booth with us. And fans have just been here for the softball, showed up for the softball. Everything's bigger in Texas, Alex, and I think that we proved it with our series this weekend.
Runs per game, Bandits offense continuing what they've done all season long. Again, we have seen a number of close contests. The Bandits won the first 3 games, but the Volts led in 2 of those and lost those games by just 1 run. Volts trying to at least pick up 1 victory here. 9 home runs combined so far at Dell Diamond.
Yeah, you would think with the way that the ball has been flying out of here that we're playing a little bit of altitude, but I think you know and I know there's not really any altitude here.
Zero. Plenty of heat. There's Odyssey Alexander looking to bring the heat in this inning. And the Volts, that lead holding up so far. Put up a 5 spot in the 2nd inning. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. 2 up. Here's Sierra Briggs to left field. 1 away.
Okay, so we are at 735 feet above sea level. In case
of course you would Google that.
That's the elevation that we're at. I was genuinely curious. Like, are we at, I don't know, 100 feet here? 10? I had no clue, but just need to get down to the bottom of it.
Seen the long ball, that's for sure. Danica Coffey, dangerous hitter up now. Alexander, pretty efficient performance so far, taking over for Kennedy. A little tired for the 5 batters she's faced.
Yeah, I feel like Odyssey, again, has just been throwing really well this season.
Check swing over to left. Sliding. Oh, what a grab by Zerkle. She does it all.
And she timed the slide perfectly, knew exactly when she needed to go into her slide to avoid sliding too late, running into that fence. It's a tricky area right there, too, because look at how the wall kind of comes into a different angle than deeper into left field. Great catch by Morgan Zerkle. That was awesome.
I'm not trying to influence you, but when you fill out your ballot for MVP,
it's going to be so hard.
That one gets away from Iakopo. We've been talking about her offensive numbers all weekend, but showing what she can do there with the leather as well. Making it look easy. Morgan Zerkle. There's Tiare Jennings. She's having herself a night so far. A home run and a single that drove in a run. Jennings is coming up strong at the plate over the last handful of games. 6 hits in her last 6 games, including a home run and a triple. Lays off that one.
Yeah, she's always been just such a clutch, consistent hitter in her career. Plays with a lot of joy, too, when you think of Tiare Jennings.
That one in there for strike 1. Jennings, 4-time national champion. You could see that joy when she was playing for the Sooners. Had that charismatic, electric personality. Earns a 2-out free pass. She has now reached 3 times tonight. A single, a homer, and now a walk. It looked like she did the horns up there as well, the former Sooner. How about that?
You think?
No.
Made you look.
Deja Mulipola 0 for 2. Again, went deep last night. Big swing and a miss.
That drop ball that Odyssey Alexander told me that she worked really hard on to find in the offseason, and I feel like that's been a pitch for her that has been a game changer. Consistently known for being able to throw hard end to these righties, hard away from the lefties, a lot on her arm side, but her ability to develop that curveball that serves as an off-speed pitch, as well as her drop ball, to me, has been the differentiating pitches, consistently working at those different speeds alongside her hardest speeds.
She's 4-2 on the season. That one crushed foul. Alexander, an ERA of 3.72, which, as we were discussing earlier, it's a pretty darn good ERA with the level of offense we've seen around the AUSL this year. One, two. Back up the middle. Alexander making it look easy. Quick toss over to first. A walk allowed to Jennings. And that is all. How about behind Odyssey Alexander? Get some help from Zerkle.
They had some web gems in places that I haven't been, and I've been so jealous of the defense. But Morgan Zerkle showing off in left field. She does it swinging. She does the D too.
The AUSL Championship less than a week away. But how about Tuesday and Wednesday, the regular season wrapping up? Still, a decent amount of stuff at stake there, as Volts will take on the Talons. And also keep in mind the Bandits fighting for that first place bid as well. Still so much to keep an eye on as we hit the end of the regular season.
Yeah, the billboards are up in Tuscaloosa promoting the 2-game series before the AUSL Championship. And Sis Bates and Montana Fouts, their faces are literally on billboards in Tuscaloosa as we head toward the final season of the first season, or sorry, final week of the first season of the AUSL.
And those 2 games, Tuesday and Wednesday, will be on ESPN2. The championship gets underway Saturday on ESPN. The Bandits still down by 4. Remember, they rallied late against Sam Landry last night. As we hit the bottom of the 4th inning here, 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Here is Danielle Gibson-Wharton facing Gottshall in the circle. Gibson-Wharton has had a nice series so far, still looking to reach safely for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I think it'd be so fun, Alex, to see the Bolts and the Talons take the field at Rhodes Stadium. Historic Rhodes Stadium. We've seen just so many big-time moments there, the history of Alabama, the crowds that they get, just so many great games that have been played on that field. And saw the same thing when the teams took Love's Field in Norman, Oklahoma, had great crowds there.
How do you think the Bandits and the Talons match up?
Really well. Both really complete teams.
Who has the advantage there in one category if they do?
I guess offensively would go to the Bandits, pitching-wise to the Talons. But the interesting part about the Talons offense, even though the Bandits have better numbers, I just feel like they have found all these different ways at the end of games to win. When they're down, they have this different fight about them that they're still in the game, down to the last out. I've seen them have several of those come from behind wins.
Leadoff walk earned by Gibson-Wharton. So again, the Bandits currently in second place with the regular season winding down, but they still have a shot to take over first. They would have to win out, win the remaining 3 games, including tonight, and have the Talons lose their final 2. For the Talons, if they just win 1, they have clinched first place, or if the Bandits lose one of their remaining games, the Talons clinch first.
home field advantage. I mean, in our sport is always important, even though we'll be in Tuscaloosa. That home field advantage as the 1 seed going into the championship series is what you're playing for, so that you would be the home team in game 1, set the tone of the series, and if it goes to game 3, you know that you have the final at bat, the final say of the series.
Delaney whizzed to left field, backing up as Lorenz and makes the grab. Lorenz recording the first out. So here comes Sidney McKinney with a runner over at first. You have hits from Zerkle and Wallace in the 1 and 2 spots in the Bandits lineup. The 3 through 9 hitters have a single so far, and that is all. But you know, that sleeping giant could wake up at any moment. McKinney, he's the one who has that single among the 3 through 9 hitters.
One more thing, too, about the Talons, thinking about the matchup between the Talons and the Bandits, is that the Talons have also played really great defense.
Speaking of, nice job by Warren.
But best fielding percentage in the league, and the 22 games that they've played only committed 12 errors. So the defense, I feel like, has been not talked about enough for that Talons team, whose pitchers have come on strong toward the end of the season with Georgina Korick and Megan Faremo, Montana Fouts getting off the injured reserve list, Raylan Chafin having a terrific rookie season.
Plenty to keep an eye on. You'll be out there. I'll certainly be watching. First pitch, 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday on ESPN. Game 2, 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Bubba Nichols, Camarena over to short. Jennings on to second. Oh, nice play by Romero. Managing to get her foot on the bag and get the out. See if we have a challenge potentially. Lyndon Baptiste turning around. No argument.
It's all about the stretch for me. Sierra Romero keeping her foot on the base and keeping that throw from going to right field. Tiare Jennings needs to be giving Sierra Romero a little hug.
I love Disney. I love Pixar films.
Hi, I'm Jessie Warren, and this is my player profile.
I actually am starting to collect Disney stuffed animals. I have Stitch. I have Angel. I have Baymax. I have a heavy Stitch, so it's like a weighted Stitch. And then they're not Disney characters, but I have 2 little stuffed animals of my dogs. After a game, I like to just go back to the hotel, wherever we're staying, and put on a good Disney movie and kind of just relax. My go-to movie is Lilo and Stitch, and I absolutely love that movie. And I watch it with my little Stitch stuffed animal. And that's a wrap.
That is great stuff. Fun player to cover, Jessie Warren, who's coming up second in this inning and who has been a tremendous third baseman defensively all series and all year long.
Yeah, she said that something else that people don't know about her is that she played the trombone for 3 years growing up, and she did also, let us know in her player profile that she has a knack for collecting Disney stuffed animals and that she is indeed a Disney adult, as forementioned from the piece. So just wanted to continue to stress that out.
All smiles off the field, but an intense competitor when you see her out there over at third. And again, we'll see her coming up after Sierra Romero, who's facing Odyssey Alexander. Warren looking for hit number 1 on the night. Here's Romero, who reached on a walk in the first inning. Handled by Wiz, and here comes Jessie Warren. You play any instruments growing up or anything?
No, I had to play the recorder like in 5th grade, like I think that every person
we all did.
had to, and that was that. How about you? Anything?
A little guitar, yeah. A little guitar, blow off some steam afterwards.
I love that.
Here is Jessie Warren, talented trombone player, big Disney fan, looking for hit number 1 on the night.
Great defensive player.
Absolutely,
over at
it goes
third
without
base.
saying.
And you'll remember The play that she made at the Women's College World Series, that is really iconic. Like, you can't talk about great plays at the Women's College World Series without bringing Jessie Warren's play into the conversation. And she said that one moment that she felt starstruck was the fact that Kobe Bryant retweeted that play during the Women's College World Series.
Gets into one here. Jessie Warren has left the yard. Way to go, Jessie. There's that smile. The Volts offense having a field day right now in the series finale.
Just getting her swing off. That is the definition of it. Pull power for Jessie Warren. She has shown us this in her career, and I just feel like things are starting to come together for Jessie Warren here toward the end of the season. Offensively, defensively. Talk a ton about her defense, but offensively, she has the ability for those kind of swings, game in and game out.
Here is Erica Biancastelli getting her first at-bat as Warren celebrates. She's really, the way this one's going, really going to enjoy that Disney movie tonight. I mean, Volts are looking good right now. You have a Disney go-to?
When I was little, it was The Little Mermaid. I don't currently have a Disney go-to. I think it's my ESPN channel.
That's, there you go.
App.
Company person, of course. I would expect nothing less. 1-1 from Alexander to Biancastelli, who delivered an RBI double Thursday night. Two-1 on the way. Lifted into foul territory. Gibson Wharton is there. Now joining us is the one and only Jessie Warren. Jessie, how did that one feel? Your team's up big right now.
Yeah, that felt good. They've been doing a good job keeping me off balance, and I went in with a plan, stuck to it, and I got a good pitch to hit, put a good swing on it, good timing, and good things happen.
Hey, Jessie, really quick, we showed a piece about you being a Disney lover. I'm just curious how that started for you.
Yeah, I grew up in Florida. Disney was only an hour and a half from me. Just loved Disney growing up. All Pixar movies. I still to this day watch Disney movies, Pixar movies every night before I go to bed. It's like my comfort thing. But yeah, I'm a big Disney adult. I'm actually going with my boyfriend to Disney for my 30th in December, so I'm super excited.
Very cool. Thanks so much again, Jessie.
Thanks, Jessie.
Thank you.
Jessie Warren, right on cue, leaving the yard a moment ago. The Volts' second home run of the contest.
That's awesome.
That is a cool story.
I love something when somebody else loves something as much as Jessie Warren loves Disney. Like, I can just
when they're passionate about it.
Yes, whether it's Disney or their job or playing a sport, it's just you love like seeing passionate people.
Like when you talked about playing the recorder, I wanted to learn the recorder.
Yeah, right. It's like my worst homework of the ever is like just have to practice working on my recorder. I'm like, can I practice softball instead?
1-2 in there, called strike three. Mia Scott goes down looking.
Yeah, that was fun to get a chance to know Jessie Warren a little bit more. We know so much about the player that she is, but a little bit of extra insight into her Disney passion. We know she has a passion for hitting. She has shown us this for years. Jessie Warren with the solo shot to give the Volts 7 runs.
Well, Kat Osterman is in the house, so this fan may get her wish, get an autograph from the one and only. Meanwhile, for the opposing team, playing Kat's Volts, the Bandits right now with quite a bit on the line, having to rally now down by 5. When you talk about the standings here, as we have reached the final few days of the regular season, the Bandits 2.5 out of first. They would have to win out, win their final 3 games, and have the first place Talents lose out to wrap up first place. What does first get you? Get you a little home field advantage for the championship next weekend in Tuscaloosa between the Bandits and the Talents. Are you keeping track? There's a lot of
series. Keeping track.
I'm lost. Or the math.
Yeah, I know. The math gets hard when you look at standings as we see Kat Osterman, Sam Fisher, and Kim Ng, the commissioner of the AUSL. So I want to get in on this conversation.
Yeah,
I see them talking. These are three great minds talking it up, just talking something. I want to be in the convo. Grow the league. What can we do better? What have we done well?
Chris Almendarez, president of the Round Rock Express. The conversation seems way more important than what I'm babbling on about.
He's got a little Volt shirt on.
There you go. I mean, hey, Chris through and through has known Kat. Him and Kat go back a long ways. And Chris, who has been a part of the Round Rock Express for years, and president for the last decade. Pinch hitter coming up now for M Iakopo, Corey McMillan.
This to me is what it's all about. My dream is to be Sydney McKinney, Emily Kennedy, or I forgot who the other two, Mia Scott, whoever was on that poster. Like, this is, don't ever forget, like, this is what it's all about, is growing the sport right now with Kim Ng and Kat Osterman, Sam Fisher, and Chris Almendarez, and these conversations of how to continue to pour into this league for the little girls who are in the seats right now with a chance to watch these athletes play in a way that they've never been able to see pro softball played before.
Yeah, the league has presented an extremely relatable experience for the fans to get to know the players. The players love that aspect of it. They're not bothered at all by it. They have just totally embraced this experience.
I mean, I have gotten so many messages and seen so many comments on Facebook and Instagram and X just about hearing from dads and moms about the impact that this league has already had on their children to set goals and dreams and to think that they could be just like these players. As Peyton Gottshall gets a strikeout there, the looking one of the pinch hitter, Corey McMillan. But, I mean, it's unbelievable, Alex, to see this league take off the way that it has so quickly. We just started, what was it, like June 7th in our first game, and today is July 20th, I think. And think about how much it's grown. 6,500 people last night here watching.
Sometimes you just have a gut feeling in life about things, and my gut feeling is this is something really special going on, and the numbers have been backing that up. Obviously, the attendance figures, and the fans just can't get enough.
I mean, growing up, the professional athletes that I watched in Houston with my dad on TV were the Houston Astros and the Houston Rockets.
Yep.
I watched them because that's what he watched on our local channels, and so they were who I looked up to. I didn't really know that many softball players. Of course, like YouTube wasn't a thing. We didn't have apps to turn on or any of that. Like, softball wasn't on TV as much, but now the exposure has been unbelievable, from college softball to Little League softball starting up this week, and the Little League Softball World Series in August that Athletes Unlimited will get to be a part of. I mean, it's just all around, but this AUSL professional side of things is what we have been missing in our sport.
And between the Little League World Series and the AUSL, I think you will be covering every possible softball game at every level from between now and the end of August.
And I love every second of it because I see how one bleeds into another, that Tiare Jennings was on a profile of a Little League player, that they want to be a professional softball player like Tiare Jennings for the Volts.
Bella Dayton to left center. Lorenz was playing in, and that one goes over her head. Dayton into second with a one-out double.
That was a well squared up ball by Bella Dayton. This is a couple of times actually in this series that Amanda Lorenz is playing shallow. You see her up by the baseball base path dirt in front of her and how shallow she's playing. Bella Dayton just beats her. Oftentimes Bella Dayton doesn't show that type of power, so you take a risk as an outfielder to play her a little bit shallow because you don't want to get beaten in front of you.
Meanwhile, this one absolutely blasted foul the other way off the bat of Zerkle.
Oh my goodness. We didn't need temporary fences for that one. I think that one had a chance to get out of the right field line. No fence.
We saw her almost hit a grand slam last night. Comes up with a runner on here and one away. Bella Dayton, meanwhile, such a smart hitter. Really, I mean, we've seen it this weekend. We saw it in college as well. Just able to place that ball perfectly a lot of the times, paying attention to where that fielder is playing or whether it's third or left field. She's
just so many people don't understand. It's like not that long ago I was looking up wanting to be like Craig Biggio, who's not like me, doesn't have a path that like I can even come close to having, but like to want to be like Bella Dayton, to want to be like Peyton Gottshall or Deja Molipola and just stick a pitch the way that Deja Molipola does. Not some MLB player. It still could be your favorite player, whatever, but to do it like a girl, like a woman like you can look up to be is just truly just so incredible about this league.
Well said. I'm sure somebody wants to be the next Amanda Scarborough as well. You are somebody's Craig Biggio.
And now, how about a softball broadcaster? Like, that wasn't a thing when you were growing up. But now we have all these opportunities to be different things as young softball players.
And the one fouled off by Zerkle. Single in the first inning. Flew out in the third. The Jackets are off already. It's a hot night out here.
It's been probably one of the cooler days that we've had. And still a little bit toasty because it's Texas, but...
Well, I can't pull off the short sleeves like you can for a number of reasons. Nobody wants to see that, first of all.
Wouldn't that be funny, though, if, like, you did this just cut off?
Funny for you.
Have long sleeves, but you, like, you yourself had just cut it.
Right. If this goes into extras, I may be doing that. Bandits would need to rally big time for that to happen. This one, a deep fly out off the bat of Zerkle. And Dayton remains at second, 2 away now for Skylar Wallace. Remember, Skylar Wallace put the Bandits up 2-1 way back in the first inning. Seems like forever ago. After that, the Bolts scored 6 unanswered.
Well, think about how this is only the third chance for the Bandits with runners in scoring position. It's wild to think about.
Gottshall ready to go with the 1-0.
She had that full side power in her home run off of the first pitch that she saw off of R Garcia. That is beautiful swing. Driving the ball to the pull side on time with some heat.
You could tell from the sound.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolutely gone. Gottshall not taking any chances there. 2-1.
267 hitter with 2 strikes. She's behind in the count. She even hits 500, which is impressive.
What does that tell you when a player's numbers go up in a situation like the tougher the situation?
I really don't know because I don't have anything to compare it to right now of what an average hitter hits when they're behind in the count like that. But being behind in the count, I mean, think about how good of an eye that she has, that she still is able to get a good pitch to hit when she is behind in the count. She doesn't chase and get herself out a lot.
Some players thrive under that pressure. 3-2 drops in foul.
She's a gamer.
Yep. He certainly has been this season, that's for sure. Wallace with a 9-game hitting streak. And 12 RBIs in that span. Payoff pitch on the way from Gottshall. And we'll do it again.
Wallace does have a home run off of Peyton Gottshall. And a couple of 2 extra base hits, one of those being a home run.
Fans still trying to keep the heat away. We're just past 7:30 Central, and now the Bandits threatening here with 2 on and 2 away. So a double by Dayton, now a walk to Wallace that's issued by Gottshall, and here comes Erin Coffey. Well, she's due.
Yeah, she is. She has had such a strong season offensively, and unfortunately for her, she's not loved Texas, I don't think.
Hitless in this series, and that continues as the Bandits strand 2. And it remains a 5-run game after 5. Well, how about the defense around the AUSL this weekend? On Saturday, on the Sports Center Top 10, Mackenzie Clark at number 5 on the list.
That was awesome. And then Morgan Zerkle potentially going to be on tonight's Top 10 with this grab. Feet first into the wall. That is risky business. I'm glad that her foot did not get stuck, but she timed it up perfectly and came away with the out. So Audie's showing off this weekend.
Flash in the leather. Zerkle back out in left field as the Volts offense coming up to bat against a new pitcher for the Bandits. Sarah Willis taking over for Odyssey Alexander.
Yeah, third pitcher that we've seen of the day for the Bandits. It's not every day that you see a pitcher who goes to their changeup the most, or for the highest percentage of the time that she'll lean on a pitch is going to be her changeup.
Well, she's done for the night, it looks like.
Yeah, and she's done. And just want to get her warm-up pitches in, and she's done and done. I had a feeling it had to do with the pitch comm. It usually always does. If a pitcher is running to the dugout, it's because they need a new pitch comm or forgot the pitch comm in the first place.
She got the start on Friday, allowed 2 runs in 2 innings. Getting all the equipment ready. And Willis, the third pitcher. We saw Emily Kennedy start the game. Lasted a couple of innings, replaced by Odyssey Alexander, and now it is Sarah Willis again for the Bandits. If they still want a shot to get first place to end the regular season, they cannot afford to drop this game. So Willis will face the top of the order coming up for the Volts: Lorenz, Briggs, and Coffey. Amanda Lorenz 2 for 3 so far tonight, a couple of singles. Handled by Gibson Wharton.
Now, was that changeup that she likes to throw 35% of the time? Screwball will be her next highest used pitch. Also mixing a drop ball, curveball. She'll rise at times too. This is the only pitch her changeup is that is averaging below 50 miles an hour, and that is in the entire AUSL.
That one just over the head of Roberts, taking over behind the dish.
Got a lot of energy. Look at her, just how she runs to get that foul ball, trying to beat Jordan Roberts. She has so much energy, even has a really unique first pitch that she throws.
Yeah, how about
she
this?
Comes out in between every inning, by the way. Overhand, brings it, and then goes into some of her regular underhand pitches after that.
Is that just because that's routine, that's habit for her? Does that help her at all? Is that an advantage?
That's what she did. She said she started it with her assistant, or former assistant coach at Washington, JT D'Amico. I forget exactly why it was that he had set her up to do that now. A lot of stories running through my mind right now, but it did start when she was playing at Washington before she transferred to UCF. There it is. That's
beautiful.
Ooh.
That just floated in there. 1-2 to Sierra Briggs.
Pops out of her hand, throws this pitch a lot. Out of the back of her hand too, like a backhand flip changeup, so she leads with the back of her hand, not her palm. There it is again.
That one a little bit inside. Will reach the stands. And Sierra Briggs walked in the second inning. Briggs, of course, traded for Mackenzie Clark, who we talked about a few moments ago, in that great defense right field yesterday.
And Sarah Willis has pitched well against the Volts this season. This is her third appearance, 2.33 ERA against the Volts in 6 innings.
Misses the mark there, 2-2.
Just thinking about how the Bandits, and the Talons for that matter, are just going to use their pitching staffs in the AUSL Championship.
So if you're the Bandits, how much tonight are you still playing for first place, or are you more playing for that championship against the Talons next weekend and kind of getting everything settled?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think probably more so just playing to get everything settled and just playing to win. And if the cards fall as they might, with a little help from the Talons, you'll take it.
There's a one-out walk issued to Briggs, her second free pass of the night. Again, the Bandits 2.5 behind the Talons. They would have to win out, have to have the Talons lose out as well for the Bandits to take first place. Otherwise, the Talons will have home field advantage at the championship, which gets underway again Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Here's Danica Coffey.
Unique three-hole hitter that the Volts have used, bringing Danica Coffey up in the lineup. Just get a little bit more speed up there. Some table setters for hitters like Jennings and Michaela, as the Volts this entire season have just moved their lineup around a lot, trying to find the perfect match, both defensively and the best click offensively.
That speed by Coffey paid off in the second inning when she forced at least one throwing error on a play that involved 2 throwing errors and led to 4 runs coming in. She came up with the bases loaded as the runner Briggs is going. She slides in there safely. Runner in scoring position now for Coffey.
4th stolen base of the season for Sierra Briggs. But that round the base trip that Danica Coffey took, I feel like, don't they call that a little league home run?
Sure.
Or in the park home run? Little league in the park home run,
you want to
right?
call it an inside the park home run. There wasn't even a hit involved on the play. As we said, her speed affected the initial throw to first from Kennedy, and then there was a throwing error after that. But yeah, all 4 runs scored.
I remember when I was younger and that would happen. It's always usually like an error at first, or I don't know, there's always an error involved usually, unless it's a true in the park home run. But I remember running for dear life trying to score.
Did you ever pull that off, as this one will drop in?
Oh yeah. And then even better though, that it was like a grand slam little league in the park home run, with the way that I use that in air quotes, grand slam, right?
A Scarby homer.
You give it a different type name, but I'm sure she was running around the bases thinking, am I going to make it? And then there was not only 1 error, but 2.
You could just feel the chaos building after that first error. The runners flying around the bases. A little bit of frantic play there on defense. And now that will be back-to-back walks issued by Willis.
6 walks given up by the Bandit pitching staff in this game. A little bit of a lack of command. Several of those walks come around to score, like they always do.
Has there been a hitter hotter than Tiare Jennings over the last 24 hours? I don't know. She's reached 3 times tonight. A homer, home run swing there, an RBI single, a walk. That's just tonight. Then last night, the pinch hit run scoring double.
Got to be careful with her. And up by 5 runs right now if Tiare Jennings hits a home run.
Yeah, I mean,
extend it to an 8-run lead and 3 outs away from winning the game via run rule.
Bandits are the home team, so will, no matter what, come up to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, if the Volts are able to potentially get in that run rule territory. Jennings trying to get them there.
You know you're clutch when you were named to the Women's College World Series All-Tournament team 4 times, like Tiare Jennings. You're playing the best of the best in the pressure-filled moments, especially with the pressure of playing at Oklahoma and still coming through for your team.
Chopped foul.
Solo home run that she had hit earlier in this game off of Emily Kennedy. Little right center field action.
And hadn't played in about a week until late last night's game. Four-time champ with Oklahoma. Fighting that one off, turning it foul.
See the phone's out too behind her whenever she's up to the plate. A lot of people wanting to record her at bats, and I always wonder, do people go back and watch that?
I never do. I use the phone for everything. I never go back and watch any of the video. It just takes up space. But I still do it. See if they get something memorable here instead. How about the strikeout by Willis?
Going to that changeup to freeze the home run hitter in Tiare Jennings, who had been on base 3 times in this game, and that is just frozen. Can't get the hands going. Bottom half was, but hands stay behind, and Sarah Willis gets the K.
Willis just about enough of the potential run rule talk. Gets the strikeout there after back-to-back walks. Here's Deja Mulipola, who's 0 for 3 with the K. And the Bandits offense, the highest scoring in the entire league and leading the AUSL in just about every significant offensive category. Back-to-back strikeouts by Willis. How about that after allowing 2 straight base runners? Remains 7-2 Volts. We saw plenty of offensive fireworks in the first 2 innings as the sun begins to set here in Round Rock, Texas. Volts jumped on top 1-0. Bandits took the lead, but then the Volts with 5 in the second inning, and they currently have a 7-2 lead. And they will be sending out a new pitcher in the circle. Sam Shao will be taking over for Gottshall as she gets ready to face the middle of the Bandits order.
It's their 3rd appearance of the series, and they've been all in relief. No decision for her, but pitched 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 run. That run was an earned run.
A little bit of everything in this game. Home runs, 4 runs scored on 1 play after a couple of errors. Strong pitching over the last 3 innings as well.
Yeah, it's funny how this game, it just had like different parts to it. Part 1 was all offense, part 2 was all pitching, and then let's see how part 3 plays out here to end it.
Inside from Shao, came on in relief Friday, 2 1/3, 1 run allowed. Did allow 6 hits in those 2+ innings. That one roped foul. Shao on the season with that ERA of 3.5. As we saw last night, Bandits offense can wake up at any second. That one tapped over to third. Warren is there. Over the last 16 at-bats, the Bandits have 1 hit.
And only lefties, again, have hits in this game.
Let's see what Delaney Wiz can do. But the Bandits starting to run out of time. She's 0 for 2. And so for the Volts, still trying to finish the regular season on a strong note over the last few days. Talented team. Record maybe a little bit deceiving considering how closely they have played the Bandits in 3 of these 4 games.
2 one-run games, 2 one-run losses for the Volts that I'm sure were tough to swallow, especially with the outing that Sam Landry had in yesterday's game with their start. Best that she's thrown in any game, in my opinion, all year. She looked just tremendous.
Delaney Wiz, couple of home runs on the season. Reached 3 times last night. Thought about it. Instead, it's 3-1. Wiz smokes one to deep left field. And the Bandits trying to crawl back. They have pulled within 4 now, make it a 7-3 game. I was about to say, if you're Sam Shao, it must be comforting knowing even if you give up a homer, you're still up by multiple runs, but obviously don't want that to happen.
Right-handed bat, finally waking up for the Bandits with Wiz getting into that one. First right-handed hit for the Bandits in this game, and Delaney Wiz took a big, deep breath before that pitch got to her, and I think just sold out for the inner half and chose right, kept that ball fair. It's Wiz's first home run since the 2nd game of the season.
3rd of the year. You talk about efficiency with these power numbers. Hold on. There's Disney's own Jesse Warren. That's Sydney McKinney, 2 away.
Can't talk about Defensive Player of the Year, I think, without putting Jesse Warren continually into that conversation. Defensive team, see.
It's up to you.
Only me. I decide.
Bubba Nichols, Camarena at the plate. Talking about the power efficiency from this Bandits team. They only have 5 hits on the night, but 3 of those have been for extra bases, including 2 home runs.
Well, and the Bandits offense has just been so strong that they now have scored 3 or more runs in every game this season. They are the only team to do that.
Called strike from Lyndon Baptiste, 1-1 to Nichols Camarena. Went 0 for 3 last night. And she sends one to left. But Lorenz right on the line will handle that one. And the inning comes to an end. Here we go on to the 7th inning.
And Delaney Wiz with a solo home run, waking up the right-handed hitters' bats and maybe waking up the offense late in this game for the Bandits. They're still down by 4, but that gave them a little momentum.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is sponsored by Mizuno. What a weekend it's been. I mean, not only the fan experience, the players loving it. You saw the scenery out here on some beautiful Texas nights. Just fantastic.
Can you believe that photo of Taylor McMillan? She had said that might be like her most favorite picture ever taken of her ever. All those photos taken by Jade Hewitt, who is Athletes Unlimited photographer and just has so many epic shots, from the headshots to the action shots to off the field, on the field. Truly a woman who does it all.
I mean,
out of the way of the camera.
No.
Following
We're
her.
giving you your flowers, Jade. Great job. I mean, those pictures, those are not iPhone pictures. Don't go anywhere. We'll follow. Now we have the camera, Jade.
It's a definition of double fisting is Jade Hewitt carrying 2 cameras.
Oh, what a play by Wiz at third. In there for the first out.
Is talking about her hitting the home run, and then the ball finds her over at third base to make an awesome play to the backhand, diving toward the line, gets onto her feet, and one hops it with the pick by Gibson Horton, who finished that play off so well. Good hands over at first.
Kind of feel bad. Jade could have gotten a great shot of that, but we distracted her. Sorry.
She'd have to have chosen one of the two cameras that she had in her hand.
Here is Jessie Warren. She's made some plays like that over at third during her time.
You know, we've seen quite a few home runs like we talked about earlier, and a lot of them have been solo home runs, interesting enough.
That's right, the Volts.
Majority.
Oh, there's Jessie Warren. That one will drift into foul territory. Meanwhile, as for Wiz over at third, Delaney Wiz staying alert and ready at the hot corner. Look at that angle.
That's a cool shot. Sarah Willis, of course, loves to see it. I mean, that was defense from both sides, because that play is not even a play that we're talking about if Danielle Gibson-Horton does not pick that ball out of the ground.
1-1 misses to Jessie Warren. So the Bandits coming through defensively. Their offense will have to come up big in the bottom of the seventh. Their 8-9-1 hitters will be due up. One out here in the top half. 2-1 to Jessie Warren. Make it 2-2.
Kind of a wild stat about the Volts in this series is that they've only scored one run in the 6th and 7th innings in this series. Coming into this game, only hitting 3 for 20 in the 6th and 7th innings.
Well, you could see that did hurt them in at least 2 of those previous 3 games. They could have used at least one more run.
Yeah, exactly.
In the later innings.
Added up with this game, it's actually 3 for 24 in the 6th and 7th inning.
Volts offense has come to play tonight. Warren with the off-speed off the glove of Willis, and unable to make a play is Coffey. Jessie Warren is aboard with one away.
Here's a hit. It's hit too hard, and it bounced right off of her glove. You're right, that was a changeup even up in the zone that Jessie Warren adjust her hands to be able to get up and go get that ball.
For the Volts, that is hit number 8. Willis
mad at herself.
Looking for the hole in the glove. How did it get away? Warren over at first, and they'll send in a pinch runner to take over, Sis Bates. Here is Erica Piancastelli at the plate. Popped up in the 5th. So again, the Volts with a 4-run lead. If the Bandits are unable to rally, that will clinch first place for the Talons in the regular season, and they will have home field advantage in the AUSL Championship next weekend.
And Talons are kind of lucky that they get to play at Rhodes Stadium before the championship series, right? Kind of feel out the field for a couple of games against the Volts in Tuscaloosa before that series starts.
Piancastelli to right field. Dayton's there, 2 away. So the race to the #1 seed. Again, the regular season will end after Wednesday's games. The Bandits have to win out and hope the Talons lose out. But when you talk about the first part of that scenario, that is in danger tonight. Bandits down to their last 3 outs. What's at stake? Their 1 seed. Home field advantage in games 1 and potentially 3 of the championship.
And the Bandits just kind of put themselves into a little bit of a hole in the beginning of this second half, where they just weren't playing their best after that 2-week break and had a losing record to start the second half, and have been just in the second half trying to figure out a different way to win some games and put things back together. But that first half, we were talking a ton about the Bandits and how well they were playing in all parts of the game.
But you feel like now they've regrouped. They look like they did early on in the season when they were just rocking.
It does feel that way. Just about, I think, their pitching staff not giving up as many runs and putting those pieces together.
And there's a 2-out hit off the bat of Mia Scott, who has now reached twice tonight.
9 hits for the Volts in this game.
Scott's been so impressive offensively, poised in her first season.
And the biggest part before and after that break, Alex, was their pitching just giving up some more runs. And I think their defense not playing as sharp as well when we came back from the break, as you could tell with their record. And even, I mean, their offense stayed consistent in terms of runs per game and home runs and batting average.
Amanda Lorenz fouling one off.
Maybe not hitting as many home runs, but still finding different ways to win with a ton of extra base hits. I mean, their batting average after the break even went up by a little bit. Runs per game right at the same, but their record, you can tell there was a difference there, and I think it's because of that team ERA increase.
Is that just opposing hitters adapting to what they were seeing?
It's a great question. I'm sure they're still probably trying to figure out exactly what it was. It just seemed like it's kind of like hitting is contagious. I think that good pitching is contagious with your pitching staff. And I think maybe at times bad pitching can be contagious too, because you want to have your teammates back. You want to be the one that comes in and maybe puts a little extra pressure on yourself to have a great outing.
Chopped over to third. Whiz at it again. So here we go. Bottom of the 7th on the way. The Bandits and potentially first place on the line. The defense getting it done for the Bandits. Can the offense come through? We will find out next. 8, 9, and 1 due up. We are down to potentially the final 3 outs of the weekend here in Round Rock, Texas. The Bandits trying to rally and pull off the sweep. The Volts trying to pick up at least 1 win in this 4-game set. The fans have enjoyed themselves every night, all night long. We'll see what the Bandits have in store here as Roberts, Dayton, and Zerkle do up. Again, the Bandits would have to rally and win to have a chance to get first place by the end of the regular season. But if they lose tonight, those hopes are dashed. Here is Jordan Roberts facing Sam Landry, taken over in the circle. She pitched a gem last night, ultimately couldn't come up with the victory, but trying to close things out for the Volts this evening, Amanda.
She looks great. Bring her back in to close the door here in the bottom of the 7th. And if you're wondering about if the Bandits could get back into things, they've had 7 multi-run innings this series, with 1 5-run inning that came in game 2. So they have had a 5-run inning in this series, which is what they need here to win it. It's going to be hard against that Sam Landry changeup, though. My goodness.
Yeah, when she's throwing like that, fooled Roberts there. Landry, 9 appearances on the season last night, 4 earned in 5 innings. Struck out 5. Issued a couple of walks, and there is nearly a leadoff hit by Roberts, but it just dropped foul.
And I know some young kids and families are getting in line for autograph session that will happen after this game. I've seen them down the lines as the umpire had a great view here of dirt kicking up and not chalk. But
what an angle there. We got a great view as well.
I love the left field camera that we have in this series.
So 1-2 to Roberts. Sam Landry certainly a fan favorite. The crowd erupted when she took the circle last night. And as you said, it's probably her best performance at the pro level.
I see so many Little League questionnaires as Little League softball regionals are being played yesterday, today, and throughout this week. But my goodness, if I had a quarter for every time that I say quarter because I mean there's not like thousands or anything, so I need this money to add up. If I had a quarter for every time I saw Sam Landry's name because of the way that she can spin pitches like that, going to a rise ball, it's a good looking pitch, not a pitch that she throws a ton or the most by any means. It's going to be her drop ball and her changeup. But look at this rise ball through the zone, and that's swing and miss.
And again, had 5 strikeouts last night, so the Bandits down to their final 2 outs of the weekend. Here is Bella Dayton. She doubled to left in the 5th. It's a big spot right here, because if you can get Dayton out, you go back up to the top of the order with 2 outs. But if you face that top part of the lineup with a runner on and just 1 away, you never know facing the Bandits.
Absolutely. You know, somebody too like Aaron Coffey would never love another at bat in this game, trying to get back on the right side of things.
Dayton again to left field. This time Lorenz was in position. She was trying to go over her head once again. It worked one time.
It's tricky, that Bella Dayton. Either lay down a bunt, maybe slap in front of you, or drive it over your head. She's a tricky one to play defensively.
So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning in the series finale. Landry facing Morgan Zerkle, who singled in the 1st and flew out in the 3rd and the 5th inning. Swinging at the first pitch, gobbled up by Jennings. No, unable to make the play. The Bandits still have life. Well, you have mentioned how we have seen different starters throughout the entire season from game to game in the lineup. We saw a new first baseman with a defensive miscue earlier today. We also see Jennings there, unable to end the game.
That's a tough one, I think, would just spin off the end of the bat. You know that Zerkle has some speed, so you got to hurry on the play.
Here's Skylar Wallace with 1 on and 2 away in the 7th. Swing and a miss.
Ooh. That changeup is working today for Landry.
Wallace homered way back in the 1st inning to put the Bandits in front temporarily, 2-1. Wallace cranks one to deep right field, and the Bandits have life. Skylar Wallace with her 2nd 2-run homer of the night. We got a ball game. The Bandits have rallied twice in this series. Listen to the sound off the bat.
Just smacked off of her bat. Her other home run went basically in the exact same place to right center field.
The Bandits within 2. Aaron Coffey at the plate. Coffey past Jennings, and the tying run will step up to the plate.
That is Aaron Coffey's first hit of the series, and it comes at the perfect time to pass the bat.
And look who's coming up. Danielle Gibson Horton in the cleanup spot. She has had a huge series, came up big last night. Can she do it one more time?
I'm telling you, if I was a parent in the stands with a young daughter that was watching this game, I'd say, look at how this team fought back, being down by so many runs, and how they're still fighting late in this game.
But the Bandits now down to their last strike of the night. The 0-2. And Landry got her to end the weekend. The Volts finally get that elusive victory here in Round Rock, taking down the Bandits in the series finale.
The Volts wanted and needed that win after losing the first 3 of the series. They did not want to have a 4-game sweep against the Bandits, who have had their number this year. Winning record that the Bandits have had against the Volts this season, but Sam Landry rebounds after the home run to get a hot Danielle Gibson Horton. And
the GM of the Volts, Kat Osterman, approves of that one. The Volts hang on. It got interesting as the Bandits pulled within 2. But Kat's club comes up with the victory. So taking a look now at the latest standings, the Talons have clinched home field advantage at the championship. They have clinched first place in the regular season. with that Bandits loss. So congratulations to the Talons.
It's a big deal. Home field advantage in game 1 and game 3 if necessary. Love that home field advantage.
For the Bandits, meanwhile, still a tremendous season. They will be a part of that championship, facing the Talons. So the Bandits take 3 of 4 here in Round Rock. What a weekend it has been. Don't forget our next AUSL broadcast, July 22nd. Blaze and the Bandits. Our final score here from Round Rock, 7-5 Volts. For Amanda Scarborough, I'm Alex Loeb. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.